I,
I watch the NBA. Like, I don't like. Do coaches tell players not to do shit, or do they just like let them whatever they do, they do?
I
Like Kurucs for 2 years would get rebounds and run the ball before and turn it over, and
right,
take a wild shot. And it was like, did
right.
anybody tell this guy like you suck at that?
Yeah, but you know what? If you look at Alizé's highlights in the G League, I know what's going on through his mind. In his mind, he's in the G Leagues. He catches those steals, those rebounds, and he takes
Right.
off, and he dunks at the other end. The speed of the players in the NBA is not the speed of the players in the G League. He's gonna have to cut that shit out.
He's challenging Landry Shamet for ugliest player on the team.
Ah, they're both pretty ugly.
Shamet might be the ugliest guy in the league. Have you ever seen the movie White Boys? Where like these like white kids like want to be rappers and stuff,
Nah,
and, like gangsters.
No,
I'm gonna send you the link. Shamet looks just like the wankster main character in the movie.
He has the face of an accountant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and his hair is like never like clean.
just,
I feel like his hair doesn't grow and he never gets a haircut. It's the same like shaggy length all year. But, I'm worried about us right now, man. Because
I'm not.
Maybe it's just because the players are here and I'm used to bad things happening. But I don't like the way the team. I don't like the way they responded in Dallas.
I don't think they go to those games. I don't think they went into Dallas thinking, "Yo, we've got to." I don't think they have any of the feelings that we have. They go in there and they go, "We're overwhelmingly talented, more talented than these teams, even in the current state without Harden." They feel like that, but they're like, we'll play, and if we win, we win, and if we lose, we lose. These other teams, they want to beat us. We're the Nets now. Now it's like, oh shit, the Nets are coming to town. We got to send them a message. We got to beat them. They're hyped. The Nets are just trying shit out there. Like I'm watching them play, and I feel like it's a scrimmage for them. I really do. It sucks for basketball.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something.
Regular
if Steve
season.
Nash lets an 18-1 run go without a timeout in the playoffs, his job starts in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Because he's had it easy and the team has been winning in spite of him. This shit is if they don't make it to the finals or they go out in the second round, he is going to get destroyed. And all these people that have been defending this guy are going to see. I've been saying this all. He's going to cost this team a fucking game and possibly a series in the playoffs.
Listen,
I don't trust him. Why? What's hysterical is the very next night against Dallas, he calls the timeouts. Why wasn't he letting them figure it out that night? Yeah. He has no game plan going into this shit.
I think there's a little bit of learn on the job, but I also believe a lot of these are Mike D'Antoni philosophies. I've seen this when D'Antoni was the coach of the Knicks.
Just hired D'Antoni.
You know what? Possibly, but none of the Nets would listen to D'Antoni. I think you have to remember this is a guy that KD sought out to practice with, to take pointers with, to listen to. That made him qualified for this job alone. The other stuff, the people on the bench, need to speak up and make these changes. But a lot of these things are indicative of just what this system and what this team believes. This team really believes we are just so much more talented than all of you that all of this is going to be all right when it matters. And I think the coach thinks that. I think the players think like that. And it's bad for us as Nets fans who are living and dying with this shit every game. And I know they don't like to lose, but they could just show up and win. That's how good they are.
Yeah, I mean, Durant got my first mean tweets after the Dallas game
because he missed the.
And he was shit in that. He was shit in that second Milwaukee game too.
I wrote that. I tweeted it. I said Kevin Durant has been shit these last few games, and I just don't believe that. But it's none of the ways that would worry me. The ways that Kevin Durant would worry me looking shit is where he looks slow, where
he's what it is. He is weak. He's always been weak. He is the weak. if somebody gets in his chest, right, he can't like rip through and play with the pressure. He basically just has to shoot over you, which is fine because he's very good at that. But like, he spends a lot of time on the fucking ground.
He's in the wrong. Everyone who thought he could play power forward is wrong. When you play him at power forward, or when you play that small ball five that he plays, it's taking everything that's good about Kevin Durant and pushing it to the side and focusing on everything that's bad about Kevin Durant. It's a strategic.
He's got to play the three.
He has to play the three. When he plays the
although
three,
I would
he's
say
unstoppable.
Against Boston, like a team like Boston, it's more palatable him at the four. But like Milwaukee and Philly, bigger teams, you can't have him out there at the four. They're going to get destroyed physically with those types of lineups. Where they're going to be, the other team is going to be hitting layups and getting second chance. We're going to be shooting jumpers. It's tough to win that way. We're going to have to. He's going to have to play the three, particularly in those matchups.
Yeah. No, I just think all these other things that they're tinkering with, that they're trying. Him at the four, him at the five. Even I'm seeing him getting tossed to the ground by some of these bigger. Nick Powell is just scoring like crazy. Who the fuck is that guy? I don't even think that his name is Nick Powell, the center on Dallas. But whoever he is,
and I'll tell you, he turns
random
the ball
NBA
over
player.
A lot.
Who? Durant.
Durant turns the ball over a lot.
I think, like I said, a lot of it has to do with what they're asking him to do, and it's not what he's good at. Let him be Kevin Durant.
Hold on. If that's what you think, why do you like the coach?
I think the coach is put in a position because everyone thought this before the season, like that Durant would just play small ball five and play the four. That was the game plan. That was the organizational game plan, was for Durant to play the four. He's horrible at the four. He's horrible at the four. The starting lineup, when there's no Harden, should be Claxton, what's his name? Blake Griffin, Kevin Durant.
Say that again?
The starting five going into the playoffs should be Claxton at the 5, Griffin at the 4, Durant at the 3, Kyrie at the 2-ish, and Harden at the other 2 or 1-ish, right? The ball is in Harden's hand. The dirty work is being done by Griffin and Claxton. That's if there's a scoring issue, you bring Joe Harris off the bench. I think that's as simple as it is. It's just hard for them to believe that this
was huge.
Yeah, I mentioned that as well. That was one of my tweets. Like, it hurt more because there were some other choices out there that we probably would have made. But if you look at what Andre Drummond is doing on the Lakers, he's putting up good stats, but he's hurting that team. Like they're calling for Marc Gasol
right now. Isn't that wild?
What do you mean? Yeah, they're in the play.
The Lakers are in the play-in spot. They have a worse record than the Knicks.
So let me talk to you about something that's very concerning to me. Much more concerning to me than if the Nets will be coached good enough or be good enough, in the finals. I'm not even worried about that. This is what I am worried about. I want to win this championship not against the Denver Nuggets. I want to win this championship against the Lakers.
Right. And we've had this conversation, and I still feel like they're going to get out of the West.
I'm praying. Like, they look horrible, and that might be. And if what's ailing them is really what's ailing them, that means not only does it mean that AD's body is shot, because this is just going to be AD going forward, but it's starting to show chinks in LeBron's armor, and how good he could be physically. Like, they thought they could just go away for a little bit and turn it back on. But, and AD alone is worse. Like, the Lakers have no way to fix this. That's the other problem. Like, they don't have draft picks, and they don't have a cap room. So they're kind of stuck. And as much as I love to see it, I don't want that to be the truth. I want them to get there and for us to just beat the crap out of a legendary team. I don't want it to be
beating the Patriots when they were 18-0 was better than beating them the next time.
Exactly. Nothing could feel better than that. That was a great Giants Super Bowl. But
I still watch those highlights like every now and then.
You should, as you should.
But it doesn't go away. You always remember the feeling. It was
exactly like winning.
I want that for the Nets. I want
winning
that for
a championship versus the Cowboys. What's more beautiful than that? Do you know how badly I would just love to see like the smattering of Laker jerseys in a final? Because they're everywhere. They're like cockroaches that come out.
Right.
All the time.
And dude, what's going on with the fucking arenas? There's 4,000 people they're going to let in? I don't understand why they don't just say sell as many tickets as you can to vaccinated people.
That they're going to give it to the vaccinated people. I'm hearing that they're going to open up. I'm hearing for the final for sure they're opening up. Like, that's a for sure.
Well, we got to get there.
Yeah.
We're
getting there.
Shit.
Just listen. Even if
I'm negative today.
Even if Harden doesn't come back, and Harden is coming back, we know Harden is coming back. We know this. We know this.
Yeah, but he has to stay back.
Right?
There's no guarantee that he's going to come back and be healthy.
A hamstring?
Dude,
I think he can play now.
A hamstring kept Odell Beckham out for 8 weeks his rookie year.
I know, but he was made of twigs.
I kind of the fact I hurt his hamstring. I feel like he has no hamstrings.
That's what I'm saying. He's all hair, no strings.
It's just, I don't know. I'm getting nervous because it's close.
I'm not nervous at all. I feel good.
Did you see the spread of tonight's game?
What's the spread?
I was we're favored by I think 4 points.
We're fucking good, man. I keep trying to tell you.
We're not. The Nets are not winning tonight if Denver is at full strength.
With Murray, you mean?
No, like just their current rosters as is.
They're full strength.
Yeah. Well, when I saw the spread, it made me believe that Vegas thinks because they played last night, maybe some guys won't play today. Because it doesn't make any sense that the Nets would be favored tonight.
It's because we're fucking good, man.
Not as currently constructed.
No,
this is a second.
You don't
round
think we could beat this team? You don't think we could beat this team with them full strength? You don't remember we beat them?
Look, it's in a regular season NBA game, anything can happen. So yes, we could. But if we played Denver in a series without Harden, there's no chance we win.
No way. You crazy. We
they would knock us all over the place.
Oh my God. They have nothing. They have zero to contend with KD. It would be the worst. They match up good with everyone else but us.
Your boy Aaron Gordon is supposed to be the LeBron stopper.
Right, but that's like I said, they are good with everyone else but us. Aaron Gordon is good on everybody else, but not KD. KD kills Aaron Gordon. He kills him.
It's amazing. We could play the Knicks, we could play the Hawks, we could play Boston and Miami. The way this, because we're gonna be the 3 seed most likely.
The Knicks are gonna go downward, and the Heat are gonna go upward. The Knicks can't beat any good team. Anytime, if they're good. They're good to bet on. I wish I realized this early about them. I really do. The Knicks basically, if they're playing above or around 500 team and below, they're gonna win. But if they're gonna play against any team that's a challenger, a contender, they lose every single time. So
yeah,
I should have bet more on them.
They've got a tough schedule to finish the year too.
Yeah,
I think they've got the Clippers tomorrow. Then they've got the Lakers, and I think LeBron will be back for that one. Then they have the Spurs, and I want to say the Celtics to finish out the campaign.